I guess this is live. I don't know.
I guess this is live.
Yeah, I can hear my voice, so that's cool. I'll show you why I said I guess this is live. I'm going to do a screen or scene change. Okay, not too bad. I'll go with this one. So when I fired OBS up, it says missing files. Some files are missing since you last used OBS. So image 791, and there's two of them, and it's from my desktop. Okay, so that explains to me. I cleaned up my desktop, and I put them in one called miscellaneous project. So I just got to go find 7921, and it looks like it's this one right here. Oh, so that one's missing. Okay, I didn't realize I had that on my OBS. You know what? Let's see if we can do a typical. Let's just move this back out here. Hi, Tony Wallow. Good to see you. I'm going to go back into here. I'm going to search again. And now it's trying to find it in here, which is not the case. But I'm not thinking I had this in OBS. It's this picture right here, image 791 in parentheses 2, meaning it's the second copy. I moved it back to the desktop, and then I put it over here. It doesn't tell me what scene it's missing from, and I honestly don't remember using it in OBS. So I'm just going to hit apply. Hi Jeff, I haven't started the link yet, but I will send it out. So I'm going to check out my lag real quick, and that's pretty good. It's about 5 to 6 seconds. So let me fire Zoom up. I guess that would help. There we go. All right. So Robert, good evening to you. And here we go. So I'm going to send this one to myself. Or you know what? I'll send this one to JR since he asked for it first. And then I will BCC everybody else, since we pretty much conclude that BCC does not send out the addresses. Seems to be about the safest way to do this, I believe. I hope he shows up. I need to talk to him. Okay, better put the link in, huh? That was funny. I almost sent a blank email. Control B. Alright, yeah, the lag's pretty good. Now I'm going to do bring up OBS. I want to look at something in here, because when I started to back up, it said it couldn't find it. It's not there. It's not there. I can understand that one being gone because, hey Alex, not there, not there, not there. I'm just looking through here to see where that picture may or may not have been in OBS. Nope. I don't know where it's at, so I will get rid of that. Alex, looks like you were the first. You beat Jeff in here. That's pretty good. Can you hear me? Uh-oh.
Yes, I can hear you.
What happened here? I didn't bring that up on the screen. There it is. Hey, Jeff.
Hey.
Good to see you.
Sorry I missed your vet to vet. I just couldn't get back in time.
You're fine. You didn't miss anything. Greg Guy was the only one that joined us. It was a carryover from the other day. And I sent Vern Mahoney an invitation. I sent Vern Mahoney an invitation. And Craig's got to mute his YouTube.
Well, I don't know about Vern Mahomey. He's a guy I've seen and sent messages to on during live streams from Cary.
He said he would be here. It could have been it was too late.
He lives in Olathe, Kansas, which is up near Kansas City.
Yep. So I think Greg's working on his audio a little bit.
Yeah, I think Vern was a 20-year man. I'm not sure.
I should be good.
You are now. I don't hear any echo.
If you read my last post,
That's priceless. I like that. Oh, gotcha.
Don't know who Robert's talking to in chat. Says evening, gentlemen.
Yeah, really. Looks like he said hi to Tony Wallow.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't know who the gentlemen are in here. I resent that fact.
Or I resemble that remark or something.
Yeah, something like that. I think there's a lot of play on words that get done. So, dinner was good. And then we went to Mattoon. She wanted to see something that I will see if I can share here or not. I don't know if I can or not, honestly. We will see if I can. I'm going to temporarily blur out the YouTube stream. Oh yeah, that's a whole lot much better on that. I mean, that's no lag whatsoever. Okay, so now I'll make this full screen. Oops, I didn't want to do that. I'll make this full screen. Oh wait, I gotta click that dumb little button that says share sound. Okay, there we go. Share sound, and
it's the next county next to Charleston.
Oh, that's somebody's fancy Christmas lights.
It's a park in Mattoon. It's pretty cool.
Mattoon, Illinois. It's the next county next to Charleston. And
they took her where she works. They took the residents over there last week.
Those lights.
So she wanted to see it. Kind of reminded me of the Speedway at Vegas, actually.
So they have the.
Yeah, I was trying to think. I'm having a senior moment here. My wife was from Muskogee, Oklahoma.
So this is where one time our
and they have a park that's up near the VA hospital there. And they have it all decorated out every holiday season. Really nice. And they have an azalea festival there in the spring and all that. My mother-in-law was a nurse at the VA hospital there. When she was living, she was in the cardiac care unit, I think. And she was an Army nurse during the Second World War, served in the Far East.
Oh, wow.
India.
Wow.
So she did.
Hey, Sam.
Hey, Sam.
Good to see you. Are you out of school already?
I've got about 2 hours, 1.5 to 2 hours left.
Okay.
Of online class.
Okay.
Hey, Sam, sorry I missed your live chat the other day, but did you get everything figured out you wanted to? Did you get
my laptop?
Everything figured out you wanted to? Did you get on your Windows 11 on unsupported hardware?
It's not like
No, I'm just going to skip Windows 10.
$50 for one car.
It's just better in the long run. I've got a non-supported CPU. Everything else is supported. Nah, I don't want to risk it. The last thing I want is my computer completely.
Well, Ken, that thing just keeps going and going, doesn't it?
It was really nice. It really was. I agree with Lorna. I'm going to turn the volume down just a little bit. I agree with her that I didn't really like the background music that much. I'll tell you what, it's actually bigger than the Las Vegas Motor Speedway one because it takes the entire park. And they don't charge you.
I've not seen the one at the Speedway.
I've gone out there twice, and it's pricey, but it was all right.
There's another one here run by an organization that helps trying to think of the right politically correct word here. The old days we would have said helps retarded citizens find jobs and this sort of thing. I can't think of the organization's right name.
It's not Goodwill, is it?
Challenged?
No, it wasn't Goodwill. This was, but there was another one that has a show here I've seen once.
Yeah. I was impressed with this. I mean, this is all donated by all the local businesses and whatnot. And they don't charge you. At the end, there's two gentlemen handing out candy canes and a pamphlet. So we gave them a $3 donation to, give them something. She wanted to see it, so we went. And then we went the back roads coming home. It's about a 12-mile drive because we were looking for deer and didn't see any. Last night we saw a whole herd of deer, and we got real lucky because the last one was getting ready to cross the road, and he stopped, or she stopped, either one, and it literally was a deer in the headlights. It was frozen, it wasn't moving, so I had stopped, and then I just barely 10 mile an hour went by, and that dumb deer turned 2 times to run, and I'm like, really? I stopped to let you go around, and that's crazy.
I have the distinction of having killed 2 deer at once.
Oh, wow. Do we need to?
There's a deer get the shotgun out
with the car.
Yeah. So that's what we did. It's a real nice looking thing. It's on YouTube. I thought I seen Tim joining us. Did I think I saw Tim joining us?
I'm here.
Oh, you are there. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Did you hear me?
Yeah. Who asked that?
There's a deer get the shotgun out.
Oh, is there? Yeah. Yeah. That's so true. I killed a deer in Texas once. Actually, it killed my Chevelle, but.
Yeah, this was a crazy thing. I saw a deer on the side of the road. I was headed home from work just after dark. There's one over here on the left side that I'm looking at, and it turned out it was a doe and 2 younger ones, not babies, but almost yearlings, were over here on the right side. And I was watching the one, and the 2 other ones ran out in front of me while I was watching the first deer I saw.
Yeah, I
that
got
was
the
a
one.
crazy thing, and I had to go back to the guard shack and get the guards to come out with the gun and shoot the 2 that I had hit because they were still alive, although injured.
Right. Yeah, all right, I'm going to get out of there and go back to there. So,
I'm playing with a new mouse today, the MX3. Kind of liking it.
Wireless?
Yes, it's kind of cool. I can use it on 3 different computers at the same time.
Wow. That could not be confusing. I'd have problems on 2 different computers. With the same mouse?
Same mouse. I have problems with having 3 screens on one computer. Now I got a mouse that does it.
That's true.
Is that a Logitech?
Yes, it is, and I have that mouse.
Yes, sir. MX3. It's the new one.
I had an older one that was supposedly would work on more than one computer. I would have needed another dongle, but I couldn't get it and the keyboard to work right on one computer, so it's sitting in a box here.
That's a good point. So you have to have 3 dongles, Tim?
With this device, I haven't played with it yet. I don't need a dongle. It works on Bluetooth.
Oh, Bluetooth. Okay.
Oh.
And it
Bluetooth
does
or
have a
dongle.
dongle. So
Yeah.
I have an option of 3 different channels. Within inside those channels, I don't know. I'm still playing with it. Right now, it's to this computer only, not the others.
I have that mouse and it's great. Install the Logitech software for the best optimization.
It's not a Logitech mouse, but I have a Bluetooth mouse, and I've tried to use it a few times, and it would seem to automatically disconnect from the Bluetooth, like after like 15 or 20 minutes of using it, and I have to reconnect it. And after so many times of doing that, I got tired of it. switched back to using the dongle.
Yeah.
I think I mentioned the other night I bought a combo keyboard and mouse at Costco when they had it on sale, and it just would not work. One or the other would be locked up about half the time, and I would have to unplug the dongle and plug it back in to get either one of them started again.
So those of us that were here earlier, you guys heard me mention my brother buys vinyl and sells them. Well, he had a show today. That's they have it twice a year, and I messaged him. He said he did well. It was a good show. And then when I was on my way to dinner, I called him. I said, "So you did well?" He goes, "It was my best show ever." And I'm like, "Okay." He goes, "Take a guess on what I made." He goes, "I'll give you a hint. I made more than my last show." His last show he made about $2,400. So I said, "Okay, $3,000." And he laughed. He goes, "Double that." And I'm like, "What?" He goes, "Oh, double that and then some." He's taking and buying vinyl records, and then he turns them, or, it shows them whatnot. And he made in one day what some people don't make in 3 months. Unbelievable. I'm in the wrong business.
Well, vinyl's popular again.
What exactly does he do?
So I'll just pick on the first album that comes up, which is the Tear for Fears right here, right? He'll buy a collection, and he goes through the collection. Then he'll take the vinyl out, and he'd kill me by doing this, but I'll show you guys if it shows up. Can you see those 3 dots right there? Right here? Okay,
Yeah.
well, you would think that would affect how it plays. This album played just fine last night. See that big mess? This one's going to be a little harder, but there's a big chunk of stuff right there. Played just fine, but he'll take it and inspect it, and if he thinks he can clean it up, he's got a patented cleaning solution that he made. He cleans it up, and then he sells it. Now, it doesn't hurt sometimes he gets sleeves or jackets that are in mint condition. This one clearly is not. And then he'll mark them and sell them. Just unbelievable. But I played this one last night because I was telling him about it. I said, I didn't think it would play because of the 3 dots in the dirt that's on it. You would never know they were there unless you were watching it. So
does he separate the jackets to sell some of them if they're in?
he does have some extra jackets that he will switch the vinyl out and put them in there, yes.
Yeah.
I've got a couple that he gave me they don't have their jackets in them. And I haven't gotten around to putting them into Discogs yet tonight. I was going to do that. But I asked him, I said, "You do know you gave me 2 copies of Led Zeppelin?" He goes, "Yeah, those are the bad ones." Are you kidding me? These things are in mint condition. If these are the bad ones, I'd hate to see the good ones. But he knows
Did you ever like Black Sabbath?
they're all right. I mean, in Black Sabbath, Black Masses, what's that song?
I don't remember the exact song now. Brings me back to my Army days. We had a battalion medic, and he lived off post. And his thing was he'd go home after the day was over and light up something and listen to Black Sabbath in his trailer. He was getting all ready to become a civilian. And he had his hair long, but he had it hidden up under his cap.
Right.
And most of the time, nobody knew anything. But about 3 weeks before he was due to get out, he came upon the post commanding general, who made him take off his cap when he saw how long his hair was, made him get a haircut, and demoted him 1 grade.
Yeah, War Pigs was a song I was thinking about by Black Sabbath. That's a really good song. If you listen to the lyrics, it's got a pretty good message. But generals gather in their masses, just like witches at black masses. Evil mind that plot destruction, sorcerers' deaths of construction.
You got a better memory than I.
I Googled it.
Oh.
I knew the basic words in some of them, but I couldn't think of the name of it. But some lyrics I know off the top of my head. It scares me. It's just like Jeopardy. I get some of the oddest Jeopardy questions right, and Lorna will look at me and she goes like, "How do you know that?" I'm like, "I don't know. I honestly do not know." I hated school. High school was C+ average just so I could participate in athletics.
We used to pay $2.10 for a vinyl album.
Can you imagine if you would have held on to some of those and kept them in pretty good shape, what you could get out of them today?
I threw them in the trash years ago.
Yeah, yeah. And the other crazy things people do, they'll take like that Tears for Fears and they'll think it's bad, and they'll take a bowl, they'll set the vinyl on the bowl, and then they'll heat the vinyl, and it will melt over the bowl, and they make trinkets and stuff out of it, or they'll cut out more of the center, put a clock face on it, and make a clock. It blows my mind, things people do. Just amazing. So I'm going to go back and blur this. Tim, if you can hear me, you mentioned last night we need to get together. Yes, I agree. We need to get together. So whatever's a good time for you, let me know, and we can do that.
I think I should be free Sunday, maybe.
All right. Well, I know I'm free.
I got a banquet party to go to Saturday night, which I'm really looking forward to. The Experimental Airplane Association is having a Christmas banquet at Sierra Sky Park, which is the first Sierra Sky Park in the world.
Yeah, I can see where that might be.
Camera or not, but it's going to be a fun night. We got a 16-piece brass band and some other cool stuff going on.
I got to take this real quick picture before I forget it. I'm finding my camera is my new method of taking notes. Alright, so I'm going to bring you guys back up on screen here. Let me know when the YouTube first Beetle 45 cost me 50 cents at the 5 and dime.
Yep.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, I just kind of going out on a limb here and thinking what the first Beatle song B.H. Ringer would have bought. Love, Love Me Do.
That would have been one of the first ones I remember.
Is he in the chat room?
Would have come out in around
Or is he in
1962.
No, he's not in here. That's what I'm basing it off of. Okay, so...
I remember there was one like that.
There we go.
Came out... Must have been a junior in high school, because that's the first time I was able to legally drive a cart, and I started dating. And I remember the girl I was dating, we used to go to the Catholic Youth Center in the town we were in, and they would have stuff for the high school kids, and they played Beatles music over there.
So
B.H. Ringer is in the YouTube chat.
right, I didn't know if he was on Zoom or not. So
He's in Zoom too, yeah.
this is the album. Can you guys see that? Wow, why is it sideways? That's crazy. Oh, that's pretty
There you
neat.
go.
If I turn it vertical in my hand, it's horizontal there, and if I put it horizontal there...
Are the labels twisted on opposite sides?
No. Well, they
There's
might
an
be.
option. There's an option for mirror video
I think, Jared,
in Zoom. You may want to try to turn that on.
Yeah. Does anyone know the name of this album?
No.
Well, here, I'll give you a hint. I'll help you out. That's the cover. And you know how sometimes on the spline they used to put in real small print? Don't feel bad. I don't know the name of it either. But it's got Black Dog, Rock and Roll, Battle of Evermore, Stairway to Heaven, Misty Mountain Hop, Four Sticks, Going to California, and When the Levee Breaks. So you would think that would be a detriment to putting this in to find out its value and to add it to your collection. But it's not, because an interesting little thing I found out about these is on the bottom, he'll kill me, but whatever, right here, on every album ever made, there's a number. And if you put that number in Discogs, it tells you what it is. It's really neat. Now sometimes that number can be rather hard to find, So I'm going to jump back over here to Discogs. And if I can remember how to do it. Been a while since I've added albums. I hear some. Oh, looky there. Hi.
That's you.
Yeah. Hi there.
There's my 4-year-old granddaughter, Olivia.
Hi, Olivia.
She can't hear.
Oh.
Because I got the headphones.
Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on. I'll get it so she can hear. Hi, Olivia. Remember Garrett Morris and Chevy Chase from Saturday Night Live?
Yeah.
That was one of my favorite skits with those two.
Yeah. I want to mute myself. I'll be right back.
All right.
She needs something to eat.
Sure,
So I'm
no
going to go
problem.
grab her something.
No problem. So I took that off because I got to remember how to do Discogs, but I am curious as to know what the value of this is because this is in pretty good shape.
Is that Led Zeppelin 4? That's an untitled album.
Was it the fourth one?
Yeah, it's according to Wikipedia, untitled album is de facto Led Zeppelin 4.
No, let me
1971.
do something. Let me do something here. Let me go back over to here.
You know something? You know something, Ken? I know a pretty cool trick. Google has a image search that you can upload an image, and then I can take a picture of it, upload it as an image, and then I can tell you what it is.
Yeah, I like putting these numbers in. Give me just 1 second here. I put on my old man glasses, or I guess politically correct would be my senior citizen glasses. I think that's the term we're going with today. Didn't come up. What did I put in wrong? 1+. These numbers are crazy sometimes. Nope.
You may need a magnifying glass.
Oh no, I got it. I put on my reading glasses. When I tell you I put on my glasses, I put on my specs just for little stuff like this. Well, by the way, B.H. Ringer, good to see you. How are you tonight?
Not too bad. I fell asleep when you started the stream earlier.
STA. Okay. It's not ST1. It's not STP. It's STA 712286 1+. But the 1+ gets translated into SP. So I'm going to hit that. Alright, this is crazy. Now it's not accepting it. I believe it was their fourth album. I should get one. I specifically want to see what this one's worth. So what was the first Beatles 45 you bought?
I was trying to remember, and I can't. I think it was Hard Day's Night, maybe, but that was later.
I was thinking, because we're close to the same age, I don't know, did that even come out on a 45? I don't know. Let me go see if this comes up. Doggone it. This never fails. I get the same problem when I go to do something on Davinci Resolve and I'm going to do it live. It never fails. It won't work. So I'll go back to this project later. All right. So
Can't say that it's ever happened to me because I've never done a live stream.
you know, I would rather do it live and make mistakes and take and do something over the course of 2 or 3 hours and edit it down to 10 or 15 minutes and give the false hope that I know exactly
It takes
what I'm
longer.
doing.
It takes a whole lot longer to edit it than it does to just make mistakes 2 or 3 times if you get it correct.
I have a very newfound respect, and I've said this before, for video editing. And I see things on TV nowadays that I realize is all done with video editing. So he put a link in the chat. Let me see if I can bring that up. That's probably going to default over to it did. Glittered Led Zeppelin 4 fold out. Yeah, that's in there. $206 for the fold out. I got 2 of them. Of course, they're not in pristine condition, but so I should be able to go back to Discogs and put in Led Zeppelin 4, and that come up. Thank you, BH Ringer. Appreciate that. I just showed that over the internet. So, where were we talking about when I left? I believe we were talking about data recovery.
Hard drives and data recovery. You was asking about taking the disk out of the enclosure or whatever.
Right, I had asked that, but there was something else we were discussing too that I wanted to talk about. I should have written it down. Yeah, I've always been told if you take them out of there, you've ruined it. I'm not going to crack one open.
That's what I've been told. I've always heard that if it's exposed to light, it's messed up.
Yeah. Tim, have you ever cracked open a hard drive and taken the, as I found out today, platters out? Robert, did they have electricity back then? Yeah, electricity's been around for a couple days now. I'm guessing Tim can't hear.
I can't help but watch Sam over here jumping around.
Yeah. Search an image of yourself.
Yeah, I've got plenty of platters laying around here.
Have you ever successfully taken one out of one case and put it in another and it worked?
2 or 3 times, but you gotta be very careful because if you got 2 platters in there, you want to put some Scotch tape on them to keep the alignment perfect. Because if it's off 1 degree, they will not work in the. Basically, you got a patient and a donor. So you got a new hard drive. It's the exact same model as the old one because you're trying to retrieve data. Some hard drives have 5 platters. Some have 2. Some have 3. Some have 2. The trick is you got to put some Scotch tape and keep those aligned and carefully, very carefully move it to the next guy. Okay. And you're supposed to be in a clean environment too, which I have not done.
Right. So
I have retrieved data off of 3 hard drives.
So this is a coin that I've got, and it's not military. I've got a military coin. I keep it secure. So if this is the platter or the disc that's in the drive, and I'm going to guess they sit like this, you're saying you have to Scotch tape them so that you keep them lined up in order?
So if you got another platter underneath that coin, it's got to be perfectly aligned when you move it from the old one to the new one.
Okay, so how do you mark it? I'm confused on that with the piece of tape. Do you just put like a little piece of tape on here and then you line up the tape that's on the one below it?
Yeah, but you want to do it in a couple of different places to be careful.
Oh. Do you wear gloves?
I don't. But you don't want smudges on the platters. It will not read.
Right, well, I was thinking more your oils on your skin. No, I'm still not going to try to do it.
I wouldn't recommend it.
Well, I've got a drive I could take apart because it don't work, but I couldn't do anything with it other than take it apart just to see what it looks like. So there's no sense doing it. So,
if you got another hard drive, it's the same model, and you just want to play around with it and see if you can do it or not, that's what I did.
I've got a...
But you gotta have special tools too. You gotta keep those arms from touching the platters. I don't know what that guy's called.
arms. I got it. Technical term, arms. I've got a Seagate.
They're like little spacers, so you put them in between there. And it's a kit you can buy. I don't know what they're called, but it's a kit you can buy. You can put them in there. As you're disassembling it, it keeps that reader or arm or whatever from scratching the crap out of the flatters, because they scratch it, it's done.
Yeah, I bet. So I've got
you know what, fingerprints and nothing on it.
Right. So I got a Seagate 4 terabyte drive that does not work. I put it in my docking station. The light doesn't come on. It doesn't even spin or anything. I put it in my old computer, hooked it up to the motherboard, same way, nothing. So I'm going out on a limb here and saying this.
Hard drive?
Yeah, it's a 4 terabyte hard drive, one of the bigger ones. Used to be on a security system, so I don't know if maybe it's got some kind of funky thing in there I need to figure out and then get it to work or what.
I have heard rumors that if you stick it in the freezer of your fridge for about 10 minutes and then try it again, it might actually free it up. But you only really have one shot at it.
Yeah, I've seen things on YouTube where people bake their motherboards, and I don't know. No, I've not put it in a freezer. I'm looking for a date. Chris says that it looks too new to be dead, and I'm looking if there's a date on here somewhere.
Should be.
Well, there's all kinds of techniques for getting old data. I had a friend I worked with years ago that had a relative who had a company who would retrieve data from old magnetic tapes. Would use the old big reel-to-reel tapes like they had on the mainframes, and he had this special equipment to read them with, and when you read it, it would strip the magnetic covering from the tape, so you got one shot at it.
Well, I'm not seeing any date anywhere. I've got...
There ought to be a manufacturing date in there, some fashion or other.
You showed me on the screen. It looks fairly new.
What would the manufacturing date look like? 2117, that's not an accurate date. There's a number etched in the case itself.
What model is it?
ST 4000 Victor X-Ray 007 Seagate.
Oh, that's one of the newer ones. So if you can get that.
Oh, I found it. DOM. Guess what that stands for?
Dead on arrival.
Date of manufacturing. 18 September 2016. So it's 5 years old.
DOA.
But when I throw it in my docking station, nothing happens. It just sits there, and it does go. You know the sound you get when you put. Okay, so can you guys hear this?
I wouldn't plug it in.
Not even to my docking station?
You just put more damage on it. I would try to retrieve that data. I wouldn't plug it in because if, just to share what it sounds like. If it's clicking or making noise, there's something wrong.
Right. So how would, and I know what the answer to this is going to be, but if I were going to try to retrieve the data, how would I do that?
Send it to somebody.
I knew it. Maybe I'll send 300 data recover 2 drives.
And it gets expensive, but if you know how to do it yourself, it could be free.
Is that $300 a drive?
Yeah. I have no clue how to do it, Tim. That's why I asked. And I knew the answer would be send it out to someone.
Well, interesting.
Here's a couple times for myself, but I wouldn't do it for somebody else because I might piss off somebody if I don't get that data to them.
Sure. Well, I don't know what's on it. My son gave it to me. He works for a security company. When the drives go out, he gives them to me, and I've been quite successful with most of them. This one won't even show up. So Chris Garrett just posted something on Amazon. Let me go see what that's about.
Does it spin at all?
I don't hear it spin, and I base everything on that little red light that tells you it's reading and writing, or reading, That's what I base it off of.
You can open that cover up, and the guy that reads all the data, when the hard drive shuts down, it's supposed to be in a park position. Sometimes you can open that top cover off.
Right.
And just nudge it a little bit. You want to spin our hard drive counterclockwise as you're doing that so you don't scratch the crap out of it. And then plug it in and it works again. Sometimes it gets stuck.
What I've done, and you don't want to do it unless you're careful, I'm going to say 6 screws altogether. Take the cover off, and there's a little arm there. And with a Q-tip, just barely lift that arm, gently as heck. Put it back on, and you might have a shot. But it's the
part position.
Yeah. And the drive
that's
right.
a good
So
idea.
you're saying that this cover right here that's got the 6 screws, if I take that off, that's going to expose everything inside it?
Yeah, and you got one hidden underneath that label there that you won't see.
Yeah, it's right there in the middle.
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't do it unless you really wanted to try it, and if you really needed data, like the $300 or whatever it is, data recovery.
Well, I don't.
But I'll tell you,
what to screw with if you don't know what you're doing.
Right. Well, there's 2 things. One, I've never put anything on here because I can't get it to work, and 2, I don't really want to shell out $300 for something that I may not supposed to be seeing what's on it. You know. Because he doesn't tell me where they come from. He says, "Oh, this is a dead drive on our system. You can have it." I put it in my docking station. It sees it. I format it. I put pictures on them.
now I don't know if I'd do that, but if you can get it to work the first time, they might have just had a couple of read errors, and because it's security, they bad drive. Because I've had that way back when, as it's we're well, in my house right now, I'm cameraing everything in the house. And I'm recording it. God darn, if I want a bad drive there, I just swap them out.
Right.
They're,
Yeah, I got to get with Robert. I want to put some security at my house, and he's probably got security good enough to run some cities on, and I want to get with him and see what route to go. So, Gary, did you get the email I sent?
Yeah, looks good.
Okay.
I was going to mention what I was saying. Not the people here aren't just talking too long. Me. If you're trying to use it as another drive, that's what you sound like. Not so much getting pictures off. Is that correct?
Right, correct.
You're trying to get a free drive of it from your son.
Basically. Yes.
Okay, what Greg and myself and probably everybody else are saying is we're trying to help you get photos off of it right now.
Right, but to my knowledge, well, I know for a fact I don't have any of my stuff on there, so I don't really necessarily need to be able to pull anything off because I don't know what's on it.
Yeah, I mean, I know what I'm telling you is to try to get stuff off one last time.
Sure.
I think. I mean, I'm not trying to put words in Greg's mouth, but I think kind of from what I've heard him say, he was trying to help you get one last time out.
Okay, so I'm here. Let me know if you guys can see my screen. I don't want this going out over the internet.
There's nothing on it.
So did you see the disk management I brought up?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
You're looking at the two at the bottom.
Right. No, I'm going to take out my Davinci Works. I dedicated a 250 gigabyte old laptop drive to Davinci Works. So I took it out, and you can see I've got my C drive, which is the M.2, my D drive, which is a 3 terabyte for pictures and whatever, and then this is this G drive is my photos from my 35 millimeter that gave me a heart attack last night. So I'm going to put this back in, and I don't know if you can hear the noise or not.
And that's the drive from your son.
And no, this came out of a laptop from somewhere. I don't know where it came from.
Okay, but going back to what everybody said, it has nothing to do with pictures and
right. No, right. No.
So if you get data onto it, great. If not, throw it out.
Sure. Right. And then this one's good. I just put it in there. It's 250, which is showing up as 232. 232 is good. So now I'll do the same thing. What is the GX? Chris Garrett is asking, what is the GX fat? I have no clue.
XFAT's another way of formatting another scheme. I don't remember the details.
Okay, now that drive that I showed you that doesn't work, it makes the noise, and so far nothing. Now, can I hear it spinning? Hold on.
Huh.
No, I don't hear it spinning. I put my fingers on the drive ever so lightly to see if I could feel it spinning, and I think it's just I think it's going to become a paperweight. I really do.
I wouldn't put data on it. So you paid how much for it again?
Nothing.
There you go.
I might try your experiment of throwing it in the freezer for a little bit. I mean, I got nothing to lose.
Well, it's definitely not worth spending $300 on.
I wonder if I could go get a turkey, put that drive up in the turkey, put the turkey in the freezer, tell Lorna, hey, let's have turkey, thaw that thing out.
Just don't microwave it.
Yes, when I die, I want them to look at my brain. I want them to tell me what's wrong with my head. Wait, I won't be here for them to tell me that. Never mind. So,
you'll never know.
There. All right.
Well, whoever said it might have been serious or joking. Go ahead and play with it. Take it apart.
I might, just to get an idea of what the inner workings are like.
Yeah, I mean,
if I get too frustrated, I'll take a hammer to it.
I don't know about the rest of the folks here, but I sure as heck wouldn't put any data on it.
No, I think even if I were to get it to work, I don't think I should put anything on it, because that might be a one-time deal that it's working now, but it's not going to work tomorrow. It would be foolish of me to say, oh, this is working now, I'll go throw 4 terabyte of pictures on there, and then next week when I go to use them, I can't get them. And if I copied them, that's one thing, but if I moved them over there to where I didn't save them anywhere else, that's committing suicide with the pictures. So, yes, it's a file system. I thought it may have been a forward. Yes,
I would put your tax data next to it.
Put my what?
Your tax data.
Oh, yeah. I should save that there, huh? 3.5 drives have good magnets inside of them, is what Robert said. Oh, now there's a magnet inside of there?
Of course there is. Magnetic data.
You say that like I'm supposed to know that.
Yes.
Okay.
That's the reason why Carrie says magnets are okay to have around computers these days, because we just don't want to have magnets around floppy disks, because magnets could erase floppy disk, but that somehow carried over to hard disk, and it doesn't apply to hard disk.
So there's seriously there's seriously a magnet inside that case.
Yes.
I'm breaking it apart right now. Sam looks bored.
Here's Tim with one.
What is that, Tim?
Hard drive head.
Tim.
We
can't hear you.
You're being muted right now, Tim.
I didn't mute him. It looks like his dentures.
All day. There you
This
go.
is a 3.5 magnet. And these are little laptop magnets, the 2.5. Really cool magnets. I use them at work all the time, especially on screwdrivers, so I don't lose my screw.
Okay, so now that I've learned something else, what is the point of having a magnet on the hard drive?
Turn your read-write hands.
That controls the arm.
The actual drive is a
It
steel
goes
platter.
back and forth like this.
And
When
the platter
you
is
hear
steel.
it clicking, when you hear it clicking and going crazy, there's something wrong with it.
With the head.
I like these things, especially when the hard drive's completely dead. I'll save these magnets. I use them for all kinds of stuff.
Well, Ken's saving the hard drives when they're completely dead.
Well, it might not be saving this one. I mean, it doesn't work, and I've tried it 6 or 7 times, and I know it's not going to work, so there's really no point in me saving it.
Ken, if you give that hard drive a little shake, does it make a noise? Can you hear something moving inside the enclosure?
Let me find out.
Just
I
give it a
guess I
slight
better
little
take
shake.
my headphones off. Hold on.
Sorry.
Most of the time, the arm is stuck. It's not in the park position before it fires up.
It's stuck to the hard drive, right?
Yeah, on the platter.
No, there's no noise. Nope.
It's frozen.
No
noise
whatsoever.
We don't. I don't let them give away hard drives at my spot or M.2 drives. What we do is we put them on a 200-pound press and let them go. That breaks them.
Oh yeah, that's what the Navy does.
Yeah, 200-ton presses.
Yeah, they throw 3.5-inch hard drives in their server hard drives, everything.
Or if it's an M.2 drive, you could just break it in half, right? And
well, when you put 200 tons on it, there isn't anything left to break it in half.
Well, I've been doing it to destroy hard drives. I tear them apart. I save the magnets. I take the platters out. Most of them are ceramic or aluminum. And my paper shredder will actually shred those damn guys. I just take it out to the trash.
There's what's called SOX, and you got to meet up to. And our accountants like the hell out of it when we smash the shit out of them. It makes it feel good.
Hey, Tim, I got a question for you. Do you know what size these little funny-looking screws are on this thing?
Those Torx screws?
Are they
They're
Torx?
all Torx. The older ones are...
Yeah, I think they're Torx.
The older ones are actually Phillips, but most of the newer ones are Torx.
I think they're 5s. Sorry,
you
Tim.
gotta have a cool little kit.
Oh, I got a cool little kit.
I fixed it.
I got a cool little kit that was given to me a long time ago. Okay, so the one I just plugged in.
I fix it kit.
The one I just plugged in is 2 terabyte, but I have no clue what it is.
Android, Windows, everything.
So this is where I honestly need to have another camera so that you guys could watch me tear this thing apart.
You're actually tearing a hard drive apart.
I am. The one that wouldn't work, I'm taking apart.
Connect to the Zoom on your phone, Ken, and use your phone camera.
Yeah, he could do Zoom on his phone.
That would require talent because I'd have to hold the phone and turn a screwdriver at the same time. Not happening.
Oh,
you should have a tripod. You put your phone in or something.
I've got a tripod, but I don't have the connection to hook the phone onto the tripod. If I thought she would do it, I would have my wife come in here and hold it for 10 minutes while I do this. But
you see me tear apart a hard drive on one of Doug's sessions.
I mean, I got nothing to lose by doing this. It apparently is not going to work. Now, when I open this up, if you guys see a big plume of smoke, it wasn't the right thing to do.
It's actually...
Well, you see the arm stuck halfway on that platter?
I don't know.
A little bit
I got one screw to go. Hopefully. Oh, no. You guys said there's a hidden screw underneath the label, right?
Yeah, there's always one hidden. And they put on there, they got words on there, void warranty if this is removed.
In other words, there's a hole there. You're in trouble. You're in trouble. I got a question.
It tells you exactly where that screw's at.
No, there's nothing on this label that says do not remove the screw, but there's a little indentation right here.
You got to fiddle around with it.
Okay, got to
push into the label, and then you'll find it.
Last big project I worked on, we degaussed the drives that were dead. That was quite satisfying. We had you would stick them in this machine, shut the door on them, and hit the button and made a big boom when we degaussed them. Quite satisfying.
So I got the labels you guys can see pretty much.
Yeah, we use that in the Navy too.
Completely off. And then there's no extra screw except there's a little. Where's it?
That one doesn't have it.
No, right here by my little finger, there's a little round thing that appears that it might have a screw. But I got the label. There's no screw. So I'm going to see if I can peel this.
I got a quick question for everybody.
Go ahead.
Who knows what a JS1 screwdriver is?
A who?
Japanese.
Yeah, that's the one that Kerry Holzman was talking about.
Now I have a question. What computer stuff comes from Japan?
Found a hidden screw.
Yeah, thank you, Tim.
No, but what comes from Japan? It all comes from China.
Ramen.
Why do we use the Japanese? I have one here that I use, JS1. But I'm looking at my wife's going to me, not paying any attention. She goes, "That's not Chinese, Gary. That's Chinese, not Japanese."
Okay. We'll come back to that. I got all the screws out. Is this supposed to
hundreds
just
of thousands to the Chinese?
Is this supposed to just pull off of here? I've got all the screws out.
Sometimes they have glue on them. Yeah. And what I use is like a plastic razor and run around the edges and pry it open gently.
I thought this was going to be easy.
Sometimes they are.
Do you have a guitar pick by any chance?
No.
They work great.
An old credit card?
No.
They work great too.
What do they call those things? You buy a spud or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes in the iFixit kit that I just showed everybody.
Yep. Nice and probably blue.
Gary even sells that on his Amazon page.
I think the kit you got is probably $50.
I think I paid $100.
You're not going to believe how I did this, but I got it.
Oh, you got the kit with all the bits in it, I think, at $100.
So I took trusty knife.
The bits for Apple iPhones, Samsung iPhones, everything.
Yeah, laptops.
There's crazy bits in there.
Okay.
Ken just voided his warranty on the dead drive.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
There we go. There it is.
Okay. Okay.
Well, it's in the park position.
Yep.
Yep.
You could plug it in and see if it spins.
Damn, he reads my mind because I was saying, what happens if I put this in the docking station?
You'll find out there's nothing wrong with it.
Now there is.
So actually, now you can see if it spins or not. If it's not spinning, it's a spindle problem. Everything else
It
is good.
spins. Oh my goodness, it spins.
Oh shit!
It's still spinning.
You're reading it?
No. But it's spinning.
Is there anything moving across it, like about the size of a Q-tip?
No, there is nothing moving. The discs are moving, or the platters, whatever they're called, they're moving. And then when I take it out,
Heads are stuck then.
Yep.
So that would that be this little gizmo thing right down there?
Yeah.
And is there any way I can unstick them without?
Gently hit it with your screwdriver. Not hit it, but kind of gently move it.
Move it outward or inward?
Out towards the platters.
That would be inward.
Oh, okay. No. Yeah, you're correct.
I'm just looking at it. So this must have 4 discs in it, I'm guessing, because there's 4 little finger things off that thing.
Yeah, 4 platters. No, maybe 2 platters, but you got a reader on the bottom and the top of the platters.
Right, but 4 platters? That seems like a lot.
I have seen 5 platters.
So okay. So how much force do I exert to do this if I'm going to try to move this thing? Do I want to do it like I'm mad at it and I want to move it, or do I want to do it with, come on, baby, I want you to work?
What I've done is twist the spindle counterclockwise as I move that finger off of it back to the park position.
Yeah, but it's not on there. It's off. So you guys are saying you want me to move this thing right here.
That's the magnet.
In there a little bit. Or towards.
No, that's the magnet. It's in where it's supposed to be.
Yeah. He's trying to move it towards the center, towards the middle.
Right, that's what you said. So how much force do I want to exert to do this?
I wouldn't even do that, to be honest. Maybe I'm wrong.
It moved, and it clicked right back, so...
That's what you wanted.
Okay. I wanted it to click back?
You wanted to kind of go...
Okay, it's spinning. I've got the noise. Still spinning. That little thing I pushed in that moved back is not moving.
Did it ever move?
No. Only when I forced it to move, it moved.
Maybe the arm is damaged. There's a little circuit board that controls that arm and works with those magnets.
Wow, this is fun. I like this.
That green board that's in there, I'm assuming it's green.
Well, there's no. Oh, this one?
Yeah,
that's the green board.
Okay.
That's what goes bad, and what happens is that $300 data retrieval.
Right.
They put a new one in, or they put another one in there to get your data off.
Okay.
Or if they have to, they solder a chip in, but maybe a resistor, chip, capacitor.
It could be anything. Looks like the moving parts are working great from what he's showing us on Zoom.
Yeah.
I believe the data is retrievable.
Yeah, but he doesn't know what's on there. It's free drive.
Yeah, I don't necessarily need it to do anything. Okay, well, I'm gonna put it back together, and I now have a paperweight.
If it shows up in Device Manager now.
Yeah,
I doubt it.
I like it.
But let's see. We'll see. So there's device management, our disk management.
Yeah, sometimes you don't see the hard drive, but it might be in Device Manager.
Actually, I like that idea. Seriously. Ken?
Yes.
After you do that, do what Greg said. Go to Device Manager and see if it's there.
Yeah, it might be there.
Oh, that's not Task Manager, is it?
No, it's called Device Manager.
I know. Come on.
I'm picked.
I know, you're just paying me back. That's fine. I can dish. I can take it. I can dish it. I can't believe he's picking on me like that. Golly, I've told him a million times I don't have technical knowledge. Oh, I'm back. Now what do I want to click on?
Well, we're going to get too nasty.
He's confused and don't know what he's doing. He's confused and don't know what he's doing.
Disk drives.
Disk drive.
Thank you, Alex. So it does see it, I think, maybe. Kingwin Easy 253. Let me take it out and see if that goes away. Can I refresh this? No, I cannot. Oh, it does refresh. Yeah, disk drive or device manager sees it.
Well, now go back to.
So it might want you to format it, but then you lose all the data off of it.
But that's
be able to see it.
That's not an issue. The formatting, losing data is not an issue because it doesn't have any of my data on it. So I'm not going to. If I can get this, okay. So now there it is again. I put it in. Now bear in mind this is running without a cover. So if anything, we might get it working and it not work because there's no cover on it. So now how do I format
I hope
this?
you don't have a fan nearby running because it'll blow dust on it. It'll screw up your platters.
Chris Garrett's saying the drive is good. I should try a Linux USB. So how would I format this? Seriously.
Go to Disk Manager.
Disk Manager will do it for you.
Well, disk management, I don't think I can do it, but give me 1 second here. I'm going to put the top back on it just so that maybe I might get lucky and be able to. Oh wow, is there a specific way these go on?
Yeah, each hole gets one.
Yeah, I just found that out.
I kind of agree with Chris. That's the way I've always retrieved data using a Linux Live.
Well, you know, if we decide to go that route, you guys are going to have to really help me on creating a Linux or Linux USB, and that sounds complicated.
Linux.
I think Greg said it before, I bet.
Greg, have you done that before? Is Greg still with us? I'm not in Zoom.
I don't see a Greg here.
Might have left.
It's still spinning?
No, I'm putting the cap back or the top back on it.
I'll just tape it to it temporarily.
I'm down to one stupid screw to
Most
go.
Linux distros, you just go to their website and it allows the option to create a USB, same as like you're using a Windows Media Creation tool.
Right.
Do a Windows installation.
Right.
Linux will do the same.
Okay. Well, what would the next step be when I go to use that? I put that in my USB port and then it starts, or what?
You have to fire up from that USB. You have to go into your BIOS and select.
Here comes Greg back.
Okay, that kind of got sort of.
Had to get a Debbie cake.
Beethoven is bringing home the bacon.
Yep, Greg's back.
Down the house.
Okay.
And I had to put my spaghetti over it.
Closer together.
So
that dog, huh?
Not as much as I love you, Dad.
Jonathan Silverman, Rhea Perlman, Cesar Millan, the dog whisperer, with Moises Arias and Eddie Griffin, featuring music from today's hottest.
That's Alex.
Universal Studios.
No, it's not Alex.
No! What the hell is that?
Might be me. Let me look.
Yes, it's me. I'm messing with you.
Okay, Black Watch. Thank you very little.
I've got my capture card going. It's a DVD playing in my DVD player,
Okay.
playing commercials.
No problem. All right, so we got the device manager, and I took it out. I'm going to plug it back in. Device manager's been seeing it. Let's see if it still sees it. There it goes. Got the little doot. There's Kingwin, Easy, 2533U, whatever. And let's see if it shows up under disk management. I don't think it does. Oh, yeah, you know what? It does show up in here. When I take it out, you got to be real quick to watch it. It'll say disk 2, and I forget what the verbiage is.
Unallocated.
No, I don't know.
Hey, guy, all right, Ken?
Yeah, it says.
We can't see,
Go ahead, Gary.
we can't see you on YouTube. At least I can.
I'm seeing me on YouTube.
He's got the disk management screen up.
Right.
You can see it? True.
Yep.
Oh, wow. I hadn't even been on YouTube. I've been on Zoom the whole time.
So you should be able, if you're seeing unallocated in the disk management, you should be able to right click on it and click on new full volume and then just click next and finish, and then it should.
Correct, but here's the problem. Right now on YouTube, you see disk 0, disk 1, and disk 3. You do not see disk 2. Right?
It's unallocated. That's what
Right.
I'm seeing.
Right. Well, no. If you guys are seeing it here, let me share my screen on Zoom so everybody's on the same.
Yeah, the left side of your screen isn't on there on Zoom.
Let me show you guys. Okay, so there is disk management. I've got disk 0, disk 1, and disk 3. Now watch. Watch this area right here. When I take the disk out, it'll say disk 0, 942 or whatever, and then it'll say unallocated right here. So
I mean disk 2.
Here we go. Yeah, disk 2. So 1, 2. See how? Did you see that?
Yep. It's encrypted. It's encrypted.
And there's no way I can get around it, huh?
It's encrypted.
Like with BitLocker?
No, probably with some software.
I guess Tim is saying it's encrypted is a polite way of saying I'm not going to get into it.
The data's encrypted.
Pardon, Tim?
The data's encrypted. It's
Okay.
protected.
Okay. So
It came out of a security system, right?
Yes, it did. And I don't know what kind.
I'm assuming it came out of a Windows 10 computer or whatever.
Right.
And whoever did this, they made sure that you could not take the hard drive out and put it into a different system.
Yes and no. Yes and no. He got a call and they said, our hard drive is no longer working. We want it replaced. And he went out and pulled this one out and put a new one in, and everything's good to go. And then he gave it to me.
Did he clone the old one to the new
No,
one, or he
no.
just popped in a new one?
He just popped in a new one and started from scratch.
Okay. I believe it's encrypted.
Well, I'm not doubting you. I'm just, is there any way that I, being the wonderful technician with all my technical knowledge that I have, is there any way I can get that to work? And we all know the answer is no. Right?
There's a yes and a no.
So, Gary, can I still throw it in the freezer for an hour?
I wasn't the one that told you that, but I've heard of that, sure.
Somebody told me.
It seems like it's working. It just needs to be reformatted.
Exactly.
It'll be like a brand new hard drive again.
But how do I reformat it if I can't see it? Do I, Tim?
All the data on it's going to get lost.
That's fine.
Right. I would say, to interrupt everybody for a second, with your son, his company that he works for, or whatever, they're telling him for the price of that drive with, what is it, $256 or whatever, is $25. And he goes out there, pulls the drive up, puts the new one in, he leaves, he still costs him more than $25.
It's true.
So if it's encrypted, it's not so much of what your son had to do with it. We're not going to tell you to, spend 2 hours getting it unencrypted and put it back in.
Right.
So
yeah, it's just cheaper for them just to replace it. Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah. So it's probably encrypted with either something they have standard or something like BitLocker. Either one of those, it's not going to be done in 5 minutes. Unencrypted, that is. But what you can usually do is format it and start from scratch.
Right.
But then again,
so back to the original question. The system is seeing it, but it's not seeing it. How can I format it if I can't see it?
You
can do that in Device Manager, reformat.
Okay, here comes my screen.
Reformat it, but it's going to wipe all the data off of it. But
that's fine.
Why was that hard drive taken out?
The story I was given is he said, hey, you want this drive? It stopped working for one of our customers. We just replaced it. Brought it home, and I throwed it in my docking station, and it don't do anything. So I'll bring up Device Manager again. I think I closed that one. DEV.
Yeah.
You should be able to go to my computer or this PC.
And there's the disk drives.
Hey, Tim, if that was you, if you're the one just asking, what he's saying is he got this month 2 drives, one good, one bad from his son, or one that works, one that doesn't.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
he wants to know how he can make this particular drive work. And everybody's right about just format and use it, but we're still going to be using a drive that he opened up, played with the drive heads and the magnets, and screwed back closed, and going between Device Manager and Disk Manager. So that drive I put my tax papers in.
Yeah, Chris, I don't think I'm going to get a chance to wipe any drive, honestly, because it's not showing up in Disk Management anywhere. It is showing up in Device Manager, and if I
yeah, but it's not showing up as what it is.
There's a driver.
No, but I know that's it, Jeff, because if I pull this out of my docking station, Kingwin will disappear. If I close this out, Kingwin will go away.
Do you know how to do DOS command prompt, Ken?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Why didn't I think of that?
You can go in that way, command prompt, and you got to make sure you got the right drive and wipe the drive and reformat it at the same time. But you got to be very careful.
Yeah, I've seen Doug do that a few times.
I've done it. I don't know the steps off the top of my head.
This part?
Great at it. I'm good at it. I have to pull up a Word document.
It doesn't see it.
Instructions because I do it so many times.
It doesn't see it.
Is it plugged in?
Yeah, it's plugged in.
Who doesn't see it?
I'm into DOS and it's not seeing it. I know disk part. It's disk part, list disk, and then you select your disk and then you go from there.
Does it see disk? Was it disk 4?
2.
Disk 2. Let me see if it.
Disk 2 is
not there.
Blocked out. There it is. It's right there.
No, that's the volume.
I looked at the volume. I'm not looking at the disk. I wanted to see the volume.
Oh, those volumes.
Yeah, if I just do a list disk, it's only seeing my C drive, my D drive, and my flash drive that's got all my pictures on it. So again, I don't think we're going to be able. Yeah, use disk part. Thank you, Tony. I don't think we're going to be able to, or I'm going to be able to format this. And I wholeheartedly agree. Had I not taken it apart and we could figure out how to format it, I think it would have been fine. I think Gary is hitting the nail right on the head that even if we format it by me taking it apart, it probably got contaminated.
Yeah, it looks like it got contaminated, and the security on it is so strict it doesn't work on other PCs.
It's probably the same way with the hard drive out of your DirecTV box or Dish Network box.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Okay. So in about a month, I'm going to be doing the same thing because depending on who I talk to at DirecTV, I get to keep all the equipment. If I get to keep the equipment, there's a 1 terabyte hard drive in there. If I can figure out how to format it, I gain another terabyte hard drive. Mechanical, but I gain another drive. Now, to show you that it was working properly, maybe, yeah, I will go back and now it's going to show 4 of them because that's my Davinci Resolve, which is disc number 2, and it is there. So if I could get that to show up on disc number 2, then I could go in and do I could clean it with the clean command, and then I could that may or may not fix it, but then I could format it afterwards and it would be good. But since I can't even get that on here, they're right at this point in time, there's no sense worrying about it. Now, hopefully,
well, if it was pulled out, it was damaged. So
yeah, of course, no, I agree. There was a reason why they replaced it, and who knows what that reason was.
But I'm always curious.
Oh, me too. I mean, if
I want to know why, what happened.
Not only that, but in the case of the DirecTV stuff, how do I make this big screen again? This is crazy.
It's one of those little buttons up in the top left-hand corner, Ken, when you mouse over the...
Yeah, I got minimize, and then I got to show small activity speakers, show thumbnail, and the gallery, but nothing's working. Oh, because I'm sharing my screen. Never mind. That's dumb. Got it.
Light bulb just went off.
Do what?
The light bulb just went off.
Yeah, realized that. So yeah, I'm giving DirecTV a month to make sure that, because when I talked to them the first time, they said you got to return it. Well, then I got an email and said, keep it, it's yours, do what you want. So when I called them back the second time, they said, oh no, we want back the little mini box, but not the big box. And I'm like, really?
That makes no sense whatsoever.
AT&T, ask Chris Garrett, he'll tell you the same thing. It makes no sense. So I concluded, it's on a shelf. A month from now, into January or so, if I haven't heard anything, I'm taking it apart and I'm going to figure out a way to format that drive. So,
if you can, if it's not encrypted like the security system drive you just tried.
Thanks, Alex. You
May
could have
just
at
be
least
a
waited until
proprietary
January
format
and
of
told
some
me that.
type.
Do what, Jeff?
Maybe a proprietary format of some type.
Probably. But I know a guy in Vegas, and I don't want this to sound as horrible as it's going to. I know a guy in Vegas that steals DVRs for strictly the purpose of getting the hard drives out of them, and he figured out how to format them. I've unfortunately lost contact with him, so I don't know how he was doing it, but I know he was doing it. Whether I mean it's wrong, but that's what he was doing.
He gets rich.
Do what, Gary?
I said, I'm sure he's getting rich doing it. That's the catch.
I doubt it. I mean, there's not a big demand for DVR hard drives that I know about.
Plus, you can go get a brand new one for 50 bucks.
Yeah, there's always that, sure.
Except in this series of drives like the one that you have, they go up to 18 terabytes now in that series.
Chris Garrett says, "What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas." Oops.
Well, speaking of only in Vegas, I got a little news bleep on my phone while we were doing all this on Las Vegas Boulevard someplace. Somebody just ran over a woman on one of these mobility scooters.
Oh, no.
It's not funny.
And that, I mean, only in Vegas do you see a lot of crap like that, unfortunately.
I thought they put up the big barriers to keep cars from doing that. Was she in the street?
Well, I don't know where it was. Las Vegas Boulevard is a long street. It may not be down at the strip area. Yeah, but they were sticking up the post. You're right.
The last time Ken did a disc list he displayed the entire system on the back. He had me served 10 of his 15 years. He's still at it. Yeah, that's true. And Tony Wallace said he had to give up both of their boxes when they turned them in. Yeah, when we moved here from Vegas, I had to give up both of the boxes, but apparently they don't want it back. But I'm going to give it until about the end of January. There's no hurry on that whatsoever. It's collecting dust.
It may be so old now that they just don't want it.
I would call and get, quote, Sue's number and put it, I talked to Sue at 3 o'clock on Tuesday and she said I didn't need it. Whatever, sure. Sandy, Bill.
Or get it in an email or something, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Only because I don't trust them.
Oh,
because you'll pay a lot more for it if you throw it away than you would sending it back.
Well, of course I will, because they'll say, "Oh, that was the 2020 model that you have." Well, it's not, but they're going to claim that
with Windows 11.
Yeah, exactly. But it's a DVR. We put Windows 11 on it, sir. Oh, BH Ringer, I did watch the Disney Plus scam from what's his name you sent me, Jim Browning. It was pretty good.
He's really good. I like to watch him sometimes.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's done this. I haven't. But there's a software called Gpart.
Yes, I have used that.
That may allow you to format his drive. Because it doesn't look.
I'll tinker with it when I find time. I mean, maybe I'll take a hammer too. Who knows? I'll tap it with the hammer and all of a sudden it'll work. You never know. Best tool ever made. Huh?
Just take the platters out, the magnets out. Nobody will ever be able to retrieve data ever again.
Actually, that gives me an idea. I'll take out the platters and the magnets. I'll go get a few rocks to kind of balance the weight out. I'll go to Best Buy and say, "I just bought this."
Or just do what I told my mother to do. When
I'm telling you, my brain ain't right. I am telling you. Do I?
First of all, you can't tell everybody.
Just do what I told my mother to do when we built with her old hard drive from her old computer when we built her new one. And that's take it out, smash it with a hammer until you can hear stuff move around inside, and then you know it's destroyed.
Well, you got to figure there's nothing really super sensitive on there, or they would have run a drill through it or put it through a press or something. I mean, you got to figure that.
I'm out to bail.
All right, Tim, I'll get with you next Sunday, and we'll figure what we want to talk about out. I know what it is I want to talk to you about. So
I'll try to help you out as much as I can.
You brought it up. I got a feeling you've got some thoughts on what I can do. So
it's kind of complicated.
Is it?
Yeah, but I've been doing this for years.
Just what I need. More complication. Great. No worries. I'll talk to you on Sunday.
Something you got to update once a year. Well, you've already
heard. We'll talk about it now, and I mean, I'm good.
You've already heard me complain about the reason why I have cable TVs for local.
Yeah, I'm going to solve that problem with the big antenna that's out back. I've already tested it. It works just fine.
I wish I could put up an antenna here. I can't.
Yeah. Somebody says, "Sure thing, what a time. Sure thing, buddy, what a time." We have someone new in the chat.
Do the inside ones not work very good, Tim?
No, there's too much interference here. There's a ton of Wi-Fi and you name it, Bluetooth. It's crazy.
Tim, Blackwatch says, "Don't worry. By next Sunday, I will have forgotten even your name."
Yep.
Yep.
That sounds like something Blackwatch would say.
Yeah. He said, and I quote, "Yep." That sounds like something Blackwatch would say. I don't know why he doesn't join us. He's got the link.
He's a cool guy. I
like Blackwatch.
He'll wait until you say, "Does anybody else want the
exactly?" And then he'll join and he'll go, "Oh, thanks. Leave when I join." Yeah. No, Blackwatch and I have talked quite intensively after hours, many nights, and very, very fascinating young man. Very fascinating.
That's really cool. He's been up to that plant in Oregon, the Boeing plant, or he worked there or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's a really cool facility.
Tastes like old water. So once a year you have to update things?
Yeah, I have to. There's all these repositories and builds, and sometimes they just go obsolete, and I just go out and search for a new build.
Sure.
And
well, y'all haven't figured out. We're talking about Cody. I mean,
it's a pain in the butt,
no
but
secret.
It works.
What about? Have you tried Plex or something else?
Not yet. No, right now I've got everything sitting the way I'm sitting, but I know in about a year I'm going to need to look at other options. And Cody was actually one of the ones I wanted to, and Tim's offered to try to make me educated on it, and we'll get together and discuss the ins and the outs.
I learned a lot about it off of YouTube.
That's where I learned most.
That is our new Britannica encyclopedia for sure.
Definitely not. I definitely didn't learn most of what I know from college. I learned most of what I know from YouTube and used my knowledge from YouTube at college.
Yeah, I got a disability of when I watch it on YouTube over there, and I'm trying to do it at the same time over here. They come out with the Mona Lisa over there, and I come out with the stick figure over here. And I cannot figure out what step I didn't do right, but it never fails. Never. When we hooked up the Fire Stick, I only had to call them 3 different times on that one day. And I know they were getting frustrated. You could just tell in their voice they were getting frustrated. I finally said, "Look, I'm old."
Everybody was doing Cody on Fire Stick. That's why I have a desktop set up for my 60-inch TV.
Really?
I will not use a Fire Stick.
Okay.
That's what I'm using for Cody.
Okay. Well, I've got a PC.
Computer is for entertainment purposes only.
Right.
Not surfing the net on none of that stuff.
Right. Yeah, that's what that one's only got one browser.
Connected to the internet.
It is connected or not connected?
It is connected.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know you could do that.
That's what I do, and I bought that new little guy that Doug featured, and now it's stationed on the back of the TV. I don't even see it.
You talking about one of those little nooks?
They're like a little Vino. It's a microcomputer. Doug did a video on it, and I liked it, and I was like, "Hey, I want that computer."
Yeah, I remember him doing that.
Bolt it right to the back of the TV. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of businesses.
I don't have to have a lot of long cables hanging around.
A lot of businesses that have servers and stuff. I've seen a lot of hospitals around here. They have that particular. They have the little miniature. They call them thin clients on the back of their monitor, so you don't even have to see a tower or anything.
Well, eventually mount this thing on the wall.
Or in the back of a monitor.
Excuse me?
I said, or on the back of a monitor.
Oh, yeah, the computer's on the back of the monitor now.
Yeah, no, I wasn't joking.
I love it. There's no cables showing. Cable management's awesome. I don't see it. I want to get it mounted to the wall, and the reason why I bought that little mini computer because cables are not long enough to go from the floor to the almost the ceiling where I want it at. Unless I do all this Wi-Fi crap, and I don't want to create more interference when I already have it. I'll get it there the way I like it, but it's fine the way it is. I love it. I can watch whatever I want when I want.
Right, right.
So you've got everything hardwired because you have such a problem with interference?
I've only got 2 computers hardwired, the TV computer and my little lab. Everything else is Wi-Fi. See, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 computers. One of them I don't even use that much. It's just for working on
the way my house is. Because of where our internet comes into our house at, because our house is 50 years old, everything but my mom's computer and her printer and the printer is wireless.
I haven't had a printer in 3 years. I have no use for one.
She has to print the bulletins for church every Sunday. She prints about 25 every Sunday, and we're on the HP Instant Ink program, so they automatically ship ink.
Hey, Alex?
Yes.
Quick question, just curious. How did the stuff with your church come out?
They're still working on it.
Did they find out who did it or anything else?
No, not yet. All they know is that somebody was here at that trailer park did it. But they're trying to figure out. It's hard to have any consequences for any kids over there or anything because you don't want to. The preacher can't escort them and say something himself, or you don't want to run a kid's life or something by putting them in jail for.
Okay.
So, the long story short,
he probably wants to keep the peace. I mean,
long story short is they don't know. They're gonna talk to the police or something. They don't know what they're doing at the moment.
Did they finally stop though, or are they still working on that too? Oh, no biggie.
I didn't quite catch what you said.
I just said that they finally get the graffiti off, or still working on it.
Oh,
Yeah, they're working on it. But they also, I found out today, they also destroyed. They busted in the door to the shed, and they destroyed a couple of electrical outlets and a switch and stuff. So they're still working on getting that replaced.
I'm not going to say anything.
I wasn't laughing at that. One of my Army buddies made a comment on the picture I posted earlier today. He said, to be young again." So true. Well, I got Led Zeppelin 4 added in. $10 on lowest, $18 is the median cost, and the highest is $55. But now I can't get back to my main page on Discog so I can see what's going on. I'll figure it out. It took me forever to figure it out last time because I don't use it that often. If he opted for Plex instead of Cody, what would the acronym be? As for Ken, Cody kind of.
It would be something with PLEX.
Yeah. True.
I don't know.
True. So, how long have we been going?
This is
do what, Jeff?
Software that runs on any kind of hardware. I was just Googling that thing, looked it up on Wikipedia.
It's a program you can actually run the the infrastructure company or whatever that the server to run my website that I run my website off of, you can actually use that to run a media server like that as well if you wanted
Okay,
to.
but so this is something you would stick like on a PC that you hook on the back of the TV or something,
Yes.
and you run that instead of buying some commercial product.
Yes, and you just put it on. You just put it on any Windows computer, a dedicated Windows computer like Tim has, a software, and you just load all your pictures and movies or whatever on that computer, and you're able to pull them over the network to any other TV or Roku or anything that can support the Plex app.
Yeah, I guess I'm still a little confused, but
go ahead, Jeff.
So you hook this, say, on the machine, and then it hooks on the back of the TV, and you just run a cable between them or something?
No, you can do that too, but it's the main purpose of it is so you can basically have all your media on this one box,
right.
Your pictures and movies and music and stuff, and then
right.
you can then other devices like your Chromecast and your Rokus and your Fire Sticks have a Plex app, and then that Plex app on those other devices will find the computer you installed the software with. And
well, now how is your Roku going to find it? Say, I mean,
because it's connected to the same network as your as.
So you got to have all this like server. On what?
So you
on your home Wi-Fi network.
Yes.
Okay.
But that is how.
All right.
And if you pay for the service, if you pay for it, they call it Plex Pass. If you pay for the service, they allow you to have extra features like the ability to connect to it from outside of your home.
Okay.
So when are you going to build your PC, Jeff?
Keep telling myself I'm going to get started. All the parts are sitting right behind me. Something keeps interfering. Like this week, I got to take my wife to get a couple of CT scans and some other stuff. Hopefully, before the warranty runs out on all the parts I bought.
So did you get an explanation on how it hooks up, Jeff?
Well, I guess it hooks up over your Wi-Fi network, right?
I run mine with HDMI cables, but I guess you could.
It's a computer that you can plug into your TV. You can plug the actual computer into your TV or whatever screen.
Right.
But the whole point of it is so that if you've got another TV with a Roku or a Fire Stick attached to it,
right,
you can download the app, the Plex app, on that other stick or whatever, on that other device, on that other TV.
Okay.
And be able to stream the content, whatever it is, on that computer over your network to that.
So you can
other TV.
Get content off of this to multiple TVs in your house. That way is what you're saying.
Yes, at one time.
Okay, is that restricted to one channel on all TVs, or can you watch two different channels on two different TVs?
No, this is not channel. This is your personal movie collection or music collection or pictures or whatever collection.
Okay, so Plex.
But yes,
what is Plex? Is Plex like another app to watch television with?
It's a media server app like Cody, like.
Okay. So
Tim was talking about.
Right. One of the drawbacks to Roku is if I run it into my other TV, whatever channel she's watching in the living room is the same channel you're watching in the bedroom. It's not like the satellite and the cable companies where however they do it, you can watch two different channels on two different TVs.
I understand what you're saying. That's how my uncle has his TVs hooked up in his shop. He's got 2 TVs hooked up in his shop, but only one satellite box. So whatever you're watching on one TV is what subsequently on the TV.
Right. And that's the argument we're having right now. She wants to put another TV in his bedroom. That's not going to do any good, because if I want to watch a football game in the other room and she wants to come in here and watch the Korean or the Filipinos app, she can't do it because it's coming out.
But
you'd have to have a second satellite box.
But I want to make sure you understand that the Plex app is only for your personal content that you have loaded on that computer that you loaded the Plex server app on.
Yeah, Vizio TVs have the Plex app on it.
Sometimes, Ken, I want you to tell me what service you had subscribed to with all the channels and whatever.
So I will, Jeff. Hang on. This Plex thing's got me, no pun intended, it's got me perplexed. Why would I want to get an app to do the same exact thing I can do anyway on any computer? I can see all my pictures, I can see all my videos, I can hear all my music without putting an app on there. Why would I put a Plex app on there?
Well, because this way you can have all of your actual content on one computer.
Okay, I can do that now.
You can have all your content on one computer, and you can stream it from that one computer to multiple devices like your Roku's and stuff.
I can't do that, but okay.
But in order to do that, you have to have the Roku. You have to have the Plex app installed on the Roku or on the TV.
I've got Plex on
or whatever.
I've got the option for Plex on the NVIDIA Shield.
Well, that's what that's for. That's what that's for. If you set up a Plex server like what I'm explaining, you'll be able to go into that Plex app on your NVIDIA and pull it up, and it will pull up the computer if you set it up correctly over your Wi-Fi or whatever, so that you can stream the content from that computer.
I honestly thought Plex was just another television platform, but apparently it's not.
No, it's for your own personal content.
Okay.
You still gotta have subscriptions and all that for TV and apps and stuff, unless you can find free stuff.
So Jeff asked a question. Let me see if I can find this. I'm loving
asked a lot of questions. I don't remember which one you're talking
I think he wanted
about.
to know what service I'm using for.
Oh yeah, well.
The Filipino stuff?
No, the Filipino stuff's just an app on Roku.
There was one where you got like a bazillion channels or whatever you were saying.
It showed us you were using Brave browser for something.
Yeah, I use that for a lot. I couldn't find the Filipino stuff on there. Otherwise, I'd be using that. Okay, let me see if this is it. Get Alex out of the way. Okay, I got YouTube muted. I will share my screen to you guys here. Maybe. Share. Okay, let me know when you can see.
I can see it.
Right, that's what I'm using. You get a 12-month subscription.
All right.
Now they're
I do TV, so this is basically internet TV.
Yeah, it tells you right there. You get for $50, you get one device, 10,000 premium channels, 30,000 movies, which is ridiculous. I'm never going to watch 10,000 channels, nor am I going to watch 30,000 movies.
This is all legitimate, right?
Yeah. Yes, it is. Now, it's as legitimate, I think, as you can get. I do know when my local channel went out the other day, this thing popped up and it said, this station is not available right now due to something. And in the upper right-hand corner, it said Hulu. So
they're picking YouTube TV.
Huh?
I say YouTube has a TV thing you could use.
Yeah, I could use that, but I don't know if it's got local stations or not. Now,
As far as I know, it does.
suspect they're getting the feed from Hulu, repackaging it, and giving it to me. That's what I suspect. And again, you guys know I'm so technical that all this makes sense. So, I don't know. Now, I'm going to eliminate the issues I'm having with local TV by using that that antenna out back.
No, so what's that thing out back? That's just
Citizens Band radio tower.
Okay.
It's about 50 feet tall. And at the very top of it, it's got a television antenna that still works. So
there's a coax running down someplace from the TV antenna that you can tap into.
Yep, and I've already done. I should do a video on that. I really should do a.
So is this thing sitting on your property or
sitting right outside my back door? Yep, yeah. It's mine. Came with the house. And in the beginning, I was going to sell it, but it's on a 4 foot by 4 foot by who knows how deep concrete slab. So that, and I don't think anyone could safely drop it without hitting the house. So I'm keeping it, and now that I know that that is working, I'm good.
Can you show a picture of it?
Oh, if you give me a minute, I can.
Well, yeah, it's high enough you ought to get all the local stations.
Yeah.
Can you rotate the antenna on that one, or
no?
Not
I don't
necessary.
think it's got that capability. Yeah, Alex, give me a minute. I will see if I can find a picture. The first step in this process is going to be to determine where might there be a picture of the back of my house.
Ask the neighbor lady.
Oh, wait a minute. There's a way. I know how I can do this, I think. Didn't think about this till right now. This
you could put us on your phone and take us out there with you.
Yeah, I could, but it's night and you're not going to get to see that much. And I do have pictures of it. I just gotta. I want to see if this will work. I might. Oh yeah. All right. Here again. I got those guys blocked. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate that. Hey, Darren's up, or just going to bed. It's 10:30 here. So there you can see in the middle of my screen. There's that antenna right there.
Oh, right. There.
And you can see it's up at the top. Now, I don't think it's got. It looks like it's got some gizmo right there. Either that
a rotor
or.
on it?
Pardon?
Might be a rotor.
It might be. It's either that or somebody crashed a drone and they didn't want to go up there and get it. So, but yeah, this thing works fine, and it's got the cable coming down. So I literally ran it through the back window back here, in the air, across the bed, across everything, plugged it into my TV here, works just fine. Unplugged it from that TV, plugged it into this one, did the search, works just fine. What I'm going to have to do in order for this to work in there is I'm going to have to bring the cable under the house, bring it up, and then I'm going to have to split it and run it right back into there. Now, I know there's a boatload of cabling under this house, so I may not have to rerun anything. It may just be a question of buying a splitter and hooking it up. I'm not going to do it. I'll never be under my house.
Ian?
Yes.
There is it's called a Tableau. It's a network tuner box that you could basically run your antenna directly into it, and then you could use your Roku to download the Tableau app, and that app would pull the stations from your antenna. So if you didn't want to run coax to every room, you could hook up that, and in any room that you got Wi-Fi and want in like a Roku or something, you could download that Tableau app on there and use that, and only have to run only have to run that one cable for the antenna.
Right, but I can't run anything into the Roku except an Ethernet cable. There's no coaxial thing to hook up.
No. This is a separate box. It's about 100, 200 bucks. This is a separate box you run the antenna into, and then your Roku through an app can connect to this box over Wi-Fi or Ethernet.
Okay. That's something to consider. About the only thing I need is local news, and I only don't need local news. I need local weather. And other than that, I mean, I don't watch the news except for the weather. I'm really getting. Pardon?
The box itself is like 150 bucks or something,
right.
And you don't have to pay for any other subscription fees. Once you get that box, you can hook it up, download the app on your phone or tablet or Roku.
Yeah, but to just get local weather, I'm good. I'll figure it out. I don't want to spend too much more money on that. Because
that's just the kind of stuff that.
Yeah, I probably could find an app on the computer and do the same thing, but it's not that big of a deal. And I can't show you guys because obviously there would be all kind of issues with that, but whatever's on the networks, I can find on a couple different browsers, legitimately. I'm not. Wow, Jeff, you're out of focus.
Yes, I noticed.
Well, we weren't going to tell you, but whoa, that's messing with mine.
Don't know what that was doing.
Darren says it's 4:39.
Just fading away.
Wow, that's early.
There you go again, Ken, keeping us all up late.
It's only 10:30 now. Greg and Jeff and myself and maybe Gary, maybe BH Ringer. We could say that, but you're too young to say at 10:30 I'm keeping you up late. So now, if this had started about 12:30, 1:30 in the morning, yeah, that we could buy that.
Well, some comes with age. Years ago, we went to my wife's 20th high school reunion, and they had a party that basically started on Friday night and went straight through until Sunday afternoon if you wanted to. And then we went to my wife's 50th high school reunion a few years back. And by 9:30, everybody's getting up to go home.
Yeah. So BH Ringer, I'm not following Chad. Is that guy gone or not?
Which one?
The one that everybody keeps timing out and hiding. Is there another one?
There's a new one called Beatles.
Black Watch hit him. I don't know how long they stay hidden for when a regular moderator does it.
Yeah, I need to figure out how to prevent them from coming back into chat at all.
If you block them, they stay blocked, don't they? Since it's your.
I don't know. That's why
You're the host.
Yes,
you should. Yes, they should, unless they create another user.
Well, sure. Well,
I'm
I'm working on my 925. And I lost a subscriber. I'm down to 73. So now I got 927.
Well, the other thing that you can do, there's a way to require that they have been subscribed for a certain length of time.
Right, and I looked into that, and the way that it's set up, if I do it one way, it almost looks like I'm begging for subscribers. But I think if I go a month or so, maybe that's a good. I don't know what the right time frame is. So, Alex and Darren. A while back, the three of us got together and we were looking at my subscribers, and it appeared that Alex and Darren had unsubscribed from my channel when they hadn't. Okay, I figured out what that was tonight. I'm subscribed to Darren, and I'm subscribed to Alex. And if I were to unsubscribe from them, that unsubscribe would go away. It's funny. Because we all three thought they had unsubscribed somehow, which they didn't.
So if two people are subscribed to each other, it makes one of them look like they're unsubscribed?
I don't want to put this out. Yeah, I'll show you.
That's weird.
Well, that's my logic. You guys might see it differently. Hang on. Can I open this? Yes, I can. Cool. subscribers. Now I'm going to go back to share my screen. They need to make a hotkey for this. This is getting old. Now I'm going to go back over here. Okay,
there is. It's Alt and the letter S.
So, you guys see here, Alex Cheek subscribed on October 24th, 2021. He's got 15 subscribers. And there's a thing for me to unsubscribe. This not saying Alex unsubscribed from my channel. This means I could unsubscribe from his channel. Same thing with Darren. Darren joined November 15th. 5 subscribers and unsubscribed. So Alex, I'm going to pick on you. Is that okay?
That's okay.
Okay, I'm going to click on I'm going to unsubscribe right here.
Again.
Oh my goodness. See what it did? It changed it from Alex Cheek unsubscribe to Alex Cheek subscribe. So now I'm going to subscribe, and I'll bet you if he goes into YouTube Studio and looks, it's going to show I subscribed on November 28, 2021. So now I've resubscribed. And the other thing that's kind of interesting about this is if your YouTube account, if you don't allow it, I don't know who my subscribers are. And I can do this all the way back to the beginning of time.
Well,
and it's only about 10 people. So
tell me how to see that.
Okay, so when you go into so I go into YouTube and there was something that caught my eye.
Oh, wait, never mind. I just got a notification on my homepage on YouTube that says Ken Stout subscribe.
Right. And well, what you do is you go to YouTube Studio, and I'm going to open it in a new link because there's a couple things on there I want to see later. And you open up the dashboard for this. You go down to recent subscribers. You click on See All, and it brings up all your people that have allowed. I think it's a public-private thing. Blackwatch would know more about it. And
yeah, it says up at the top, public.
Blackwatch wants to know if they set Ken Stout any more of a slow mode, will he stop spinning altogether? Then Matthew supports him. He says, maybe.
Question: Why isn't my name up there?
I believe, Greg, probably because of your settings, you don't have it public. I believe because it says right here, only includes users who have made their subscriptions public.
Okay.
And then to learn more, it brings up a box over here, and I've never looked into that, and I'm not starting tonight. So that's how you do it, Alex. I occasionally look at this. I use YouTube Studio when I have to edit a video. I don't understand the analytics. I've looked at them. See, I'm dropping down. It says I'm down to 69 subscribers. So
you said you use YouTube Studio when you have to edit a video.
Yes.
So then why do you use Davinci Resolve and Filmora?
Because if I'm gonna do it in there, I gotta download it, edit it, and re-upload it. If I do it in here, it's in-house, and it edits it, and it's done.
Because your videos are live streamed, and I'm asking.
I can download them.
Because your videos are live streamed, and you have to, and they're immediately up and published when you finished.
Yes and no. They're live streamed. So let's just say I wanted to edit something out of this one here. I would bring it up. I'd go to edit. Oh look, I told you guys. Last night I've got a copyright claim. Your video is ineligible for monetization due to a copyright claim. What did I violate last night? Seriously. Let's see what I violated. This content identified your video is listed below. It's monetized. Oh, I bet I played a song. Yep, Whole Lot of Love, Led Zeppelin. Yeah. Copyright owners is WMG on behalf of Atlantic Records. So 14 seconds of a song. Blackwatch!
I figured that's what it was.
I guarantee you that's what it was. Guarantee that's what it was. Hey, Chris Garrett's joining us. Hey, Chris. So Blackwatch has decided his form of communication now is going to be little snippet bits from albums. That is so unbelievable. We might want to prepare for that. I'm really surprised he. That is unbelievable. So I can go in there and he says, "Oops." Oh, too funny. All right, it's still playing somewhere. Hold on. Or he joined us. No, so it's still playing. But now, have I seriously dropped down to 69 subscribers? Oh no, we're moving in the wrong direction.
Does anybody here have an Alexa at home?
No, I lost two more. 67.
I have a Google Home.
I realize that. Nobody's got one?
What's that, Gary?
Alexa to order from Amazon.
Nope. I have a Google Home, but not an Alexa, and it can't order from Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, doggone it. Matthew, put that back. I want to see what it was. I didn't quite catch it. He just retracted his message. So now I'm down to 67 subscribers.
Who in the heck?
Do what, Gary?
I'm sorry, I said, who in the heck? That's a lot to get rid of in 5 minutes.
Probably some of these people, like the guy that we just banned from making comments. Probably that one girl, Allie, that keeps coming in here. I honestly believe, yeah, I'm losing subs, B. I know. Oh, no. It's terrible. Probably won't sleep tonight. Please.
You were up to 73 a minute ago, weren't you?
I was up to 75 2 days ago.
YouTube has a habit of doing that when you have a bunch of new subscribers. They'll knock you back a few.
Yeah. It's
once you get to 100, though, it's locked in.
Really?
You can't go any less than 100.
So maybe you can answer the question I posed earlier about if you hit the magic number of 1,000 and you're eligible to get money and 3 people leave, are you still at the 1,000 level? Is that locked in as well too?
All I know is it's locked in at 100. I don't know about 1,000.
Well,
I would assume so. Yes.
Okay, so.
Well, here's something. I have no videos. Don't intend to make any videos, but if I go and look at my channel,
right,
I've got 4 subscribers.
Is one of them me? No, I'm serious. No, I may have subscribed.
I don't know how to tell, to be honest with you. Your channel.
Go to your channel and then go to YouTube Studio and then go to the bottom and it should show you. Because I know mine's public. I don't have any clue how to make it private.
Yeah, I got 4 on mine, Doug.
So how do I get to YouTube Studio?
Okay, here, I'll show you again. I'll share my screen.
Click
I
on
went
your
to my
profile,
channel.
Click on your profile picture and you go to YouTube. Click on YouTube Studio.
Okay, so you.
Oh, just directly. All right. Okay.
So right here, on your picture in the upper right-hand corner. Oh no, I'm in the wrong place. Let me get out of there. Stop sharing for a moment. Go to there. Go Ken Stout. Go. Okay, so now I'll share the screen. Maybe. All right. Share. Okay, so you go to YouTube. You go to your picture.
Right.
Click on your picture. Left click. Go down to YouTube Studio, and click on it. I'll go ahead and click on it. I can find what I want to look. So you click on that, and it brings up your YouTube Studio that's got things in there I don't understand. Then you scroll down to recent subscribers.
Okay.
Click on See All, and it'll list all 4 of them. Now, it'll only list them if they are public. If they're not public, it won't list them.
Well, I don't see anything. I don't see even the recent subscribers.
So they are, whoever those 4 people are, don't have their account set to public. So
how do you set your account?
I have no idea. Alex might know.
I would assume, I don't know, but I would assume it's set to public by default, and if you want to set it to private, you have to set it to.
You have to click that icon on the main YouTube window above the chat. Mine's a purple G.
Right.
You click that, and then I think you go to your channel.
Okay, I'm doing that now.
No, privacy, excuse me. Privacy. I think you got to go back one screen.
About the settings.
See, keep all my subscriptions private.
Okay.
Right.
Down one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I just changed mine.
I wonder if that would have any bearing on you showing up as a subscriber now or not.
The last time you had the screen up, it didn't.
Right, but you just changed. Did you just change it to on or off? So your subscriptions won't be visible. This is not it, I don't think. Let's go see if Greg shows up now. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to go to YouTube Studio. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. It might be a thing where you have to turn it completely off. Stealth mode, Tim Soul, Darren, Master Singleton, Nikki Bass. No. So it's no big deal. It is good. It's good knowledge to know, BH Ringer. Thank you very much. If I ever do get to 100, that would be cool. That you're locked in. That would be kind of nice. But I'm not going to lose sleep over this. This is just a hobby, so to speak.
I have a question. You had 2 people that are unsubscribed, but yet they're in the chat every day.
Right, because were you not paying attention to the class a while ago?
Yeah, it spanked me.
Oh, God. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Working on getting another violation here. Oh, geez, that's funny. Okay. Give me a second here.
Because did you chance to watch that new Jim Browning video?
I did. I thought that was interesting. Okay, so I'm going to open up YouTube. I'm going to go over here, left click on my picture. I'm going to go down to YouTube Studio. I'm going to scroll down to subscribers, recent subscribers, and it says see all. You're talking about Alex, it says unsubscribe, and Darren, it says unsubscribe.
Correct.
Yeah, Blackwatch, I did. I lost $1 million, and boy, am I not going to sleep tonight. What this is I'm subscribed to Alex, and I'm subscribed to Darren. If I click on this, and Alex is going to get picked on again, it changes from unsubscribe to subscribe. Same thing with Darren. Darren, you still on Zoom? He's asleep. So now I'm going to go back to Alex, and I'm going to resubscribe, and it turns black again. So if I was subscribed to Wintermute or Kenny Witten or Tim or anyone else, it would show the same thing. Now, obviously, Doug's not subscribed to my channel. Carrie's not subscribed to my channel. Joey 2 Cents is not subscribed to my channel because my subscriptions are Alex, Carrie, Doug, Jeff Riddle, Casey Ferris, Jim, Digital Vector Studios, Sam, J2 Cents, 9 Words. He is a Blender person. Catherine, Robert. I don't know where Goldfish Casino come from because I've never subscribed to him. Darren, Josh D1, Blackwatch, and Legends Project, which is the guy from Tennessee. So I wonder if he's done anything lately. Let's see. No, 6 months ago was the last time he'd done anything. So I just kind of, him and the guy from Jamaica, what was his name? Bertland, thank you. I was thinking something else, but that's what that is, Gary. That just means I'm subscribed to him. And initially, like I said, Alex and Darren and I got together and we were like, why is this doing this? Because you guys are subscribed clearly. And it honestly hit me tonight. Wait a minute. I'm subscribed to them. That's for me to unsubscribe to them. Now we got someone saying they're sorry. And I would imagine it's just people that think they have to be subscribed to say something in chat. Honestly, they don't. I let anyone comment right now. That's about to change. Strictly to keep out some of these bombers, as Tony calls them. And for the most part, they've been all right. There are a couple tonight across the line. I want to read chat real quick. So let me bring this back up. It was the last part of Led Zeppelin. Yeah, it was. And it was only 14 seconds. That's what's crazy about it. And Blackwatch says, it was not a strike. I just lost $1 million for that video. And someone did. Clearly, not me.
Hey,
Gary. Go ahead.
Hey, that's no big deal. I was just going to say, is that what they said you had? It's what, 14 seconds?
It did show the time, yes. It showed that it was 14 seconds in length.
Well, we were having a discussion, 2 weeks ago or something, that it was 30 seconds, 50, whatever. Well, 14 seconds this time.
I know.
Which tells you they're really sharp on some of that stuff.
Well, I think I've said this in the past. I wonder how long it's going to take for the AI to catch on and figure it out. And obviously, it took about a week. And it's going to continue to get better.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I knew it was, I knew it was less than 30 seconds, but people on the internet will say, well, it's 30 seconds, and you proved it was 14.
Right. Yeah, and I don't necessarily want to do an experiment, although we could, to see, let's try 10 seconds, see if it catches that.
I'm definitely agreeing not to, but, I'm getting a kick out of it because it goes to show.
Yeah, and I don't know, how many 14-second things am I going to get where I'm not being monetized, which there's humor in that if you think about it. I'm not even eligible to make money off of it. So why are they telling me I'm not going to make money off of it?
Because Led Zeppelin wanted to make money after 14 seconds.
Is that what it is?
The only reason why they give me is that the only reason why they gave me a copyright claim on that song I did at college that time, or just to tell me that they give me a copyright claim just to tell me that I won't be monetized?
You won't get paid, they will, is what it means.
Basically, yes.
But
now you can.
They haven't muted the audio track or anything. It's still there on most of my videos that have copyright.
Yeah, they one time I got one because I showed about 14 seconds of a television show. Right? That must be the magic number. It really must.
But like I said to you guys, or you, Ken, basically, is somebody like the Beatles, Eagles. Eagles are horrible. Some other ones,
I believe
they get down to.
I want to say Queen is about one of the worst ones from what I've heard.
Well, I'll agree with you, but Eagles, even for other stuff outside of YouTube, they get down into tens. Well, 14 is in the tens, but hey, they get the money. That's what they want.
Now there is a feature I wish I could figure out how to do, and that is to mute the audio on the YouTube screen. Okay, because
you mean when you're live streaming,
right? I would like to make a comment right now, but I don't want it going out over YouTube, and I don't want to end that stream yet. Although, let me
Can you not just click on the speaker icon on the YouTube player? Can you not just click on the speaker icon and mute it?
Let me tell you a secret about YouTube. This one I do know for a fact. They have, I can't think of the word, dang it. They show at the bottom closed caption.
Yeah, on the player.
Yeah, but they'll still get closed caption even if you don't talk.
I got an idea. Hang on. Alex, I don't see a speaker per se to go to. Oh, I cannot do that. Doggone it.
When you're watching a video and it's got the play button.
Right.
It's right next to the play. It's to the right of the play button.
Right. When you're watching it, I'm the host. I'm broadcasting this. I want to stop my audio that I want you guys to hear from going over YouTube. And I thought I could bring up my Earth and go in and sit. Go ahead, Greg.
It's probably in your OBS or
it is. It is.
Whatever you're using.
It is, and I realized that. That's why I thought, oh, I'll bring up my block screen. I'll go into OBS, but watch what happens.
What you need a separate audio source inside of OBS for YouTube.
True.
That you can mute.
True.
That you can mute and it be separate from Zoom.
True. And Greg is 100% right. If I go in here and I go down here, Tony, are you still in the YouTube stream? Or anybody for that matter? Are you guys still watching the YouTube stream?
Yep.
Okay. Let me know if the audio goes away.
Okay.
Guys, bad dude's got no hit.
Do what?
I could hear you singing on that little man thing on YouTube.
Oh, really?
So you've got another hit.
Well, I hope not. I was speaking ill of something. So now, Tony, can you hear me now? On YouTube. Blackwatch said he couldn't hear me.
Can I hear a little?
No.
Oh, sounds like.
No, this is grown up talking.
Sounds like Olivia's back.
It's not music or anything. Or
yes, I can hear you on YouTube.
Okay, good.
Talking.
I know.
Okay.
It's real. I thought it was,
You say she's 4?
Yep.
Yeah, my granddaughters will be 3 here in about a month. Hi, Olivia.
Wait.
Hi. How are you? There you go, Jeff.
How are you?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Hi. How are you? Hi, Olivia. You can hear us, can't you? Yeah, we can hear you too.
So how did you meet that on YouTube?
He noted my name.
He knows my name. That's cute. I went into the settings for the audio and just turned them all the way off for that going out. And Tony says, "We're back." That's
Is
funny.
that your granddaughter?
That's yeah.
What's up?
Hey, that's exclusively between me and my granddaughters. Oh, that was a close one. You almost had me spit water everywhere. That was good. So, and by the way, good to see you. It took you long enough to join. Would you have to plug in the right thing somewhere?
What thing?
Well, I don't know. That's why I'm asking. I mean, we've only been live now for a little over 2 hours.
Why did you get that strike? That's only verbal.
Because it came from Atlantic Records and it said Filter keys. Do you want to turn on filter keys? Oh, wow. This is new. I just had a pop-up come up that says, do you want to turn on filter keys? Filter keys lets you ignore brief or repeated keystrokes. That's a Windows thing. Say no.
Is that the same thing as sticky keys?
Probably. I don't know.
Yeah, if you hold the key down long enough by accident.
It'll go beep beep. And
Right. That's so. I've been live for 2 hours and 20 minutes. So I don't know why it took Black Watch. Yeah, Tony says copyright. Yeah, exactly. I mean, here, I don't care if it goes out. I'll get another one. Big deal. So,
I could mine the same voice.
Well, then they would still get it because you're copyrighting on what's being played.
It's got to be in the metadata somewhere.
No, it's copyrighting on the music somebody's wrote, and you didn't.
How would they know that? Say I could sing like that. Say I could.
You're still taking my music. If I wrote it and you're singing it, you're singing my music.
Does anybody remember where I found that at?
Found what at?
The violation.
I'm going to be a smartass on the internet.
Oh, you're funny, man, you. Oh.
Be careful, you get one pair.
Videos, if you look at
right here. Okay, so
uploads, it should show you what.
So copyright claim, see details, and it says Whole Lot of Love, Led Zeppelin, remastered, video cannot be monetized, ad revenue paid to copyright owner. Exactly what Gary said. They're getting paid, I'm not.
It's in the metadata because that's the one that was remastered, not the original.
And it says from at 3244 to 3258. That's when it played. And then
but they can also match up the data, Blackwatch. I mean, computer can say and match it up. That's the whole point.
And then my options are I can trim out the segment. I don't care. I can replace the song. Yeah, I think I'll go with Stairway to Heaven. Or I can mute the song. Or I can dispute it.
Right.
Or I can do what I'm going to do, and I'm going to leave it sit exactly like it is because I don't care.
You could put in the comments of the video that you have no rights to the song or something.
Yeah, I've seen that a few times. Matthew Camp is saying you can hit Shift 5. You can hit Shift key 5 times. Click no. Yeah, you can disable it in settings. Okay, I'm lost.
For the sticky keys.
Oh, okay.
Hit key 5 times repeatedly, and then that will make it go beep beep, and you can disable the sticky keys.
It did. It brought up sticky keys. Cool. Thank you. I don't need it. I have a hard time doing what I do now. I don't need one more thing to worry about. Oh, jeez. That's cool. I'll have to go through there tonight and see how many more I've got that I don't know about. And yeah, Black White, you're right. I could put it in the notes that I don't own the whatever that little blurb is. I see a lot of people do it, but it's not.
Have the little one left?
Yeah, the little one's left. But we're still streaming on.
Now?
Do I?
Well, if you stick the thing in the notes, does that really affect anything, though?
No.
No, well, I would say no because the AI is not going to go look at the notes. They're going to just hear the music.
Right.
I actually have written some songs. I'm not a great songwriter, but this was something I did a long time ago. I get like $25 a year.
Do you really?
I mean, 27. I was in a band. We were kids, we were in our 20s, something to do.
Right.
So, and I'm still getting them because there's a song. And when I was a kid, I played keyboards for Grand Funk.
You actually played for Grand Funk?
Yep.
What are you doing here? Why are you not out touring the world?
Because I made like $8.
Oh, but that was just the beginning. I mean, think about it. You could have. Oh boy.
I could be breadcrumb today and not do shit. But pardon me.
You could be making $30 a year.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's not. Hey, I'll tell you the quick story, 5 cent version. My mom made me start playing piano at 4 years old. I got to be 7, and I said, I'm going to play guitar. I'm not going to play piano. And she said, you're going to play piano, or you're not going to get to do anything but homework and piano. So she finally let me play guitar, and I had to spend an hour each day doing each instrument. When I got to be 16, still going to school,
now
I joined a band.
Can I interrupt for just 1 second?
Sure.
That sounds an awful lot like the Freddie Mercury story that I just watched. Are you sure this is you we're talking about? Or did you watch that show and now you're subliminally thinking that was me?
Can Freddie Mercury play guitar?
Have you got a mustache?
I don't have a mustache. I don't. Never mind.
That's got what to do.
Do you wear white jumpsuits?
No, and I also have good teeth.
Hey, you know something?
I got 2 of the 3. I mean, do White Black Watch.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you what else I don't do.
Oh, that's not what I heard.
Yeah, well,
hey, hang on 1 second. Hey, Tony and Matthew, would you guys be too awfully disappointed if we ended the stream? If you'd like to join us on Zoom and just listen, I can give you the link so you can do that. Or if not, I can stay streaming on YouTube. Up to you. Let me know. And you guys as well, if you want to end the stream so we can kind of maybe cross the line if we want to and not worry about it. I mean, don't worry about me catching the copyright violations. I'm sending them all to Blackwatch. So, is that that?
Hey,
just give this
Blackwatch?
Doesn't come so good, so I don't know.
So hold on.
Hey, Blackwatch, you still there?
I don't know.
Somebody's talking to themselves.
Coffee's hot.
Yeah.
Come here.
Well, the point I was making is for
Gary, make sure that's the little one.
Hi.
They can't hear you.
The point I was making is for less than $30 a year.
She's 4.
I want it.
And it was funny because he put the headphones
Know what I mean?
on and I said, hi, Olivia.
So,
She goes, he knows my
if
name.
you're talking,
Mrs. K, everybody.
I can't get you. Somebody's talking.
Hey.
Hello.
Oh, you said hello to me. Thanks. Appreciate that. Did you lose my subscription? Did you drop me as a subscriber? Are you sure? We went in and looked. I will, thank you.
Hey, cutie, can you get me a coffee?
Blackwatch would like a coffee.
He keeps leaving every time I talk.
Don't feel like it's you because she leaves every time I talk too.
I am not going to be in her dreams anymore then.
I was just teasing you, Gary.
Gary,
anyway, for Blackwatch, but seriously, I played with Chuck Berry at Pine Knob, or DTE if you know Detroit. They changed the name of it. Got $100 for the night. Chuck Berry, for anybody that wants to know what he did, he's dead obviously, but he would come to town, Chicago, Detroit.
He's dead?
Yeah. Chuck is long gone.
But what he would do is he'd come to town and he'd call the union, which everybody gets in the union now because you have to, but what the hell. And he would say, I need a guitar player, I need a drummer, bass player. Sometimes he'd take a keyboard, but very, very, very rarely. And you'd show up, you'd practice in front of him, demo, and if he said yes, you'd get $100. He had exactly nobody with him. And he played for 15,000 people, and he was paying $500 total.
No,
$400.
Chuck never had a group, never.
I know. Well, he did when he started out.
Well, yeah, but like anything, he dropped the money, got going.
Yeah, and literally it's about money. But going back to Blackwatch real quick, is if you're coming anywhere near the songs I wrote, even though I'm getting less than $30 a year, I don't like it. How would you like me to come to your front door and steal your plants?
No, I mean, yours must have got copywritten sometime. Must have got
Now I know who's stealing my plants.
Either it went with Graham Funk, it went with whoever you played with.
That wouldn't set well with me.
Yeah, but I got the copyright for playing it. They got the copyright for writing it.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're saying about stealing plants. The first 2 things we did in Vegas to make our yard look better, we put 2 plants out in the front, and they were gone the next day.
I don't doubt that to be.
We found out some of the local landscaping people were going around and stealing people's plants and reselling them because it's 100% profit. Because to this day, I still scratch my head and going, "You really stole 2 $7 plants? I mean, seriously?"
And risk getting caught.
Yeah, I don't know.
BH takes care of that with their track.
Not to interrupt, but I just checked something. We had a guy, and BH Ringer timed him out. My subscription went up about the same time this guy joined to make in chat.
Right.
So, again, they don't have to be subscribed. I've got it open to everyone, but I think that's going to change. I think I'm going to go into, you have to be a subscriber, and you're probably going to have subscribed at least for a week. I think a week's good. What do you guys think?
Yeah.
Personally, and Skins obviously held 2 days.
Yeah,
I mean, it's up.
Yeah, because who in the right mind is going to subscribe and go, "Oh, in 2 days I'm going to bomb this guy"?
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, I agree with you with a week, but if they haven't done it today, they're not going to do it Tuesday. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, oh, wait a minute. Let me write this down. Stout.
Yeah, really.
What time is he on? On Tuesday? Yeah, okay, I'll come back Tuesday and bomb him,
Yeah.
Yeah, but Gary, you have a tendency to sanity, Yeah,
but if they're gonna
people don't.
If they're gonna worry about 2 days, they're gonna worry about 7.
Sure.
I mean, that's my thought.
If they're walking around with 20 YouTube IDs, that says a lot right there.
No, but what Ken's saying, which I totally agree with him, is you don't want them to come back in 7 days and try to get on. I'm saying if they're going to come back in 2 days, they're going to come back in 7. In other words, if they're silly enough to keep track of it, that they can come back.
Right. So did Tony Wallow and Matthew Camp ever say whether we should leave the stream up and running, or do they want to join?
Oh, the stream's still going? Are we on it?
We are still on it because I didn't get a reply back.
Ken just saved you, Darren.
What?
I've got it blocked out right now with the Earth. I was checking something. I wanted to check the theory of, this guy popped up. He immediately said something that was crazy. He immediately got timed out by BH Ringer, which is good. And he's back. So
hit him.
I'll
take care of it.
I took one right off earlier.
I'll take care of it.
Even his ID was enough.
Not that it's Ken's deal, obviously, but I agree with the guy. What kind of idiot put down what he put down anyway? The one you blocked.
Does what?
I said, what kind of idiot put down what he put down?
No, just his ID, Gary. Just his ID.
No. He put down. I'm not going to say it again, but
yeah,
he put down something.
Tony, I'm going to go ahead and end it, and Matthew Camp, I'm going to go ahead and end it. Tony, if you want to join the stream, shoot me a message on the phone. I'll
yeah, but we can have some fun here.
So when we have fun, I get the copyright notification.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Got another one.
Yeah. Hey, Allie. What's going on? It's good. I'm streaming. That's what's good. How are you this evening? Okay, we'll stay on then. We got a 50%. We have a split vote, ladies and gentlemen. One says stay, one says go. And now the one that says stay says bye.
There goes Tony.
I am going to jump back over here and end the stream. Give me 1 second here. Allie, you showed up at the wrong time. Catch us tomorrow night. I'm getting ready to end the stream. Bad timing on your part. Sorry about your luck. Thanks everyone for watching. Tony Wallow, Matthew Camp, Allie. Again, I'm really sorry. Yeah, you missed all of it. But you know what? If the day of the week ends in a Y, there's a real good chance I'll be streaming. Night, everybody.
Oh, why? Oh, why?
Oh, yeah.